Good morning. Happy Monday. I am excited to be here with you all today. I am joined by Rob Abney, who is the Vice President of Marketing for SalonInteractive. And my name is Lori Obzinski, the Director of Sales, Client and Partner Relations for Rosie Salon Software. And we are here to talk to you all about retaining your clients and making more money this year with SalonInteractive and Rosie. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Lori.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Give a few minutes to let some more people join in and find us this morning. Can be early for those Pacific Coast people.
Nah, there's no such thing as too early.
It's true. So this would be a good conversation. Rob, we know we have a lot of customers that are using both Rosie and SalonInteractive together. And so today we are really going to be going over a lot of the ways that you can be using these features together. So we know that you have it enabled. There's nothing else that you need to be doing. But we're going to give you some tips and tricks and ways to use it to drive your clients back into your business, regain some of your lost clients, keep your business in front of them, make sure that they're not going to other places. So we're going to discuss a lot of that today. We do have the chat line is open. So if you do have any questions, any suggestions, anything you would like to share or add on to the conversation, please drop it into the chat box and we will make sure that we are going through that with everybody, and we will address any questions that you guys do have. So today, I think, Rob, you've got some slides up. These are yours, so I'll let you go through them. But really, we are talking about our partnership and how we can revolutionize the way that you manage your business and engage with your clients while bringing more money and revenue into your company.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. We're going to cover a lot of things today. I would say that there is no need to try and do all of them all at once. I think between our two softwares and all the fun features that we both have and have built for all of you salon owners out there, to try and do it all on the same day could be a lot. I think you guys have busy businesses. You're busy 24/7, and the whole point of both of our services is to try and ease the amount of work you have to do while also giving you the ability to make more money, reach more customers, retain your business, and doing that through different marketing features, different dashboards, and it's so many other jargon-based words that we'll get into over the course of the next little bit. But I think my one thing that I want to make sure that everyone here hears is that this is no magic pill, right? It'll definitely help drive revenue between our two services. It'll definitely help keep your clients engaged. And the beauty of Salon Interactive is that you can do as little or as much work as you want. We've built templates. We have on behalf marketing. We have an online store. There's so many big things I can throw at you. But I do want to make sure that I say this out loud again, that you take your time. And get used to features. I think if everyone can leave here today and have one thing that they want to try or one additional thing they want to try past what they have been using, I think that I would consider that a win for myself.
Very good point. What you said, it's not a magic pill. It doesn't run your business for you. And I think something that I mentioned to you when we were discussing this is like the things that we're going to show today, there's really three primary things. Like one, you can be totally in control of all of your marketing and all of the things that you want to send out. Two, there's ways that you can have some control, but let it kind of automate for you. And then there's another way that you can just let all control go and just let the marketing go out to your customers when we're talking about different marketing tools. So we will definitely get into those a little bit and show you guys what those look like. Really the benefits of Rosie and SalonInteractive in our integration partnership that we have, right? With Rosie, you can do all of the things with your business. You're going to do your reporting, you're going to run your inventory, you're going to schedule your appointments, you're going to look at all of your operations, and now your reputation, if you're using Rosie's Reputation Manager now. And then with our partnership with SalonInteractive, it's all of your marketing features. So connecting with your customers through email, selling more retail, and simplifying the inventory that you do within Rosie. And all of these things are done in through the integration, right? So there's no manual upload of your customers. Your customer list speaks from Rosie to Salon Interactive. So there's no manual entry, no upload, download of customers. The information really reads off of your customers' behaviors, and it's going to trigger all of the things that we're about to get into.
Yeah, those are all great points. And I think chief among all those things is that even if, for as simple as it does sound or as simple as it is, we still have between both our brands, amazing support teams. And they're actually on this call. So as we're talking, I won't answer them through the chat, but we have an entire customer success team standing by to answer any questions that may come up as we go through all of these slides. And so, as Lori said, this partnership revolutionizes the way that you manage your business and engage with your clients. I think that is the top priority of all of us is how do we, especially as the marketing person in this room, how do we reach our clients? How do we reach our users, our consumers, in a meaningful way when they need us, wherever they may be. And so between Rosie's software and being able to manage client data and client appointment services, and through Salon Interactive, being able to actually reach them and email them, we've kind of combined two of the most, in my opinion, the best companies in the industry.
And making more money doesn't hurt either.
Always great. We all owe money. We all have bills to pay. But with that, so a part of Salon Interactive, and I know a lot of you are used to the Client Connect feature in various ways. But from the marketing point of view, you have Client Connect, which is templated and automated emails, pre-designed by our design team and editable to a certain extent, to be able to make it yours. As well as automated email campaigns that are based on services. And we'll get into that as we go through more of these slides. You have mass campaigns where you can reach all of your customers personalized. And then again, the industry specific templates based on whatever industry you're serving or whatever services you're serving. You can check those emails as they're going out, making sure that people are opening them, reading them, and then clicking through back into your store or walking into your salon. And then again, as I said, our support team, that dedicated onboarding is extremely important to us to be able to help whenever, wherever you need it.
And Rob, just to call out, because on the slides is benefits to integrating. So everybody knows that if you're already using Rosie Salon software, you're already integrated with Salon Interactive. So there's nothing that you need to do. There's no account you need to sign up for. It's already there. It already exists.
Yeah, and I think the biggest part of that, and we'll look at this really quickly, is being able to set up, simplify your workflows, set up your marketing, and maximize things not just to your salon but also to your online store. And so with Salon Interactive, you get access to an online retail store to sell products and recommend products to your clients. All your favorite products that you may have, all your favorite brands. Now, the beauty of that, and we'll touch on it very quickly, is that you don't have to, if you don't want to, hold on to these brands in your salon. You still can. It's not a replacing of anything. It's a supplement. It's a complement. And so as you try and reach more, or reach your clients in an organic way, they don't have to come in every single day, right? They don't have to come into your salon. So how do you keep them connected to you even when they're in between services, in between appointments? And an online store is a perfect way of doing that because you can help them keep that salon look without them having to come into your store. And the beauty of it, or into your salon, the beauty of it is Salon Interactive does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. We have partnerships with pretty much all of the major distributors in the country, and we can reach your clients, without you having to put things in boxes, send it to them, or force them to come in. You can still reach them. And so with that online store, you can fully customize it to fit your salon look, your color scheme, your branding, your logo. If you look up here, we've inserted one, but that would be your logo. And it extends your salon's reach. So you can keep a firm grasp on your clients, whether they're in the salon or out of the salon. Now, obviously, a big portion of that is keeping your clients coming back. And so with Client Connect, that helps you to be able to reach your clients help you to create customized templates, and we'll get into some of the templates in the next slides. But it's all based on however you're trying to connect with your user, whether it be based on the services that you provided, the services that they received, whether they've come in or not come in a while. And again, if they purchased something, if they have an appointment coming up, orders that they've ordered or online orders that they've made. There's so many different ways to use your Rosy filtering along with Salon Interactive filtering to capture those customers and keep a really organic conversation going. And it doesn't always have to be sales based, doesn't always have to be come in, we miss you. It can be just you keeping up and letting them know that things are happening within your salon or their appointments coming up, so that it all seems very organic and it's personalized towards them.
Let's talk about these for a second, Rob, because
Yeah.
I think that if you're using Salon Interactive and Rosy today and you haven't gone through and looked at these filters, we would highly recommend that you go in and just look at these and generate a list and see what, flip back one more time real quick to the filters on there. Because if you have customers that are coming in, you could run any of these filters and just take a look at like, what would that look like? What customers would get something like maybe they did not receive a service. And what can you do with that? And how can it tie into what you had before is your e-commerce store? Because at the very beginning you said this is no magic pill, right? So like same thing with your online store is it's an amazing tool. It helps to generate additional revenue for your retail side, for your customers that walked out without purchasing. Because if you run your reports, you'll see you have customers that buy, but you also have customers that do not buy when they're in for their service. And that's the opportunity to capture that retail sale is after they left, that they didn't buy in the store or in your salon. Then these mass email filters are saying, I want to, for example, say I did a promotion in the salon and I want to know all customers that came in to see just myself. So I can see who came in just to me that I did this promotion for during January or whatever time period it was. Or I could say, show me all of the customers that came in and received a hair service, but never received a nail service. And I could run promotions in the business, or I could run, whatever special. It doesn't even have to be a special. Maybe it's a new service offer or just new service awareness to let people know of something and try to capture more of these people coming in for services that they've never had before. So there's a lot of different ways that you can run these filters and generate a specific customer list that you want to send an email to. So you don't want to send a promotion to somebody that comes in for that same service all the time. You're trying to get new customers to get new services, or existing customers to get new services or buy new products.
Yeah. And
right?
Oh, go ahead, Lori.
No, I was just going to say, just go through and run some of these and see what it looks like and see what you can come up with. Because to your point, I don't think it always has to be a sale of a service or something's on sale or a promotion of some sort. You could set this for something new. If you have new products coming in, you could maybe there's a new product in one of your product lines. You could send it to just those customers that buy those products for an awareness of like, hey, there's, this new brand has this new product and it's now available. And you could put your e-commerce or your online store link in that email and let people shop for it. So there's a lot of different ways that you as the VP of marketing could probably come up with some creative ways, but there's a lot of ways that salons and businesses can use this specific tool and filter their customer base that they already have. So you're not necessarily this isn't reaching all new customers. This is your current customer base. And how can you connect with them on different ways than what you've been doing?
Yeah, I think again, it's all based on how do I extend that client relationship, right? And move it from in the salon to out of the salon, and not only let them know that I'm constantly thinking about them, but keep them thinking about me. And as a salon owner, I think that's extremely important, that when we catch them in the moment when they could possibly need us, and sometimes we just have to remind them. Now, again, Client Connect, this portion of it is very hands-on, right? And you can create these templates, you can make sure that you're filtering and finding the right customer base, and then as we go through this preview or this presentation, we'll go to the one hand on and then the complete hands off with on behalf marketing. But this portion of it is so important because you get to filter and choose how you're reaching a huge amount of customers in a way that seems extremely personalized to them. But it's based on that service appointment. It's based on a product being purchased. It's based on what they've previously done or what they will be doing. And as they read that, they go, oh, yeah, I was doing that, or I did just have that appointment. I could use this product, or I could use another appointment. Maybe I should go in and schedule that. And that's what
Mhm.
the whole point of Client Connect is connecting with your client.
And these mass emails are what you just said, you're in control of them. So as the business, you get to create this campaign or create this email, and then you decide who gets this email, and you also then decide when it goes out. So it's like a one-time email that you want to create and send it out. Could be a newsletter, could be a new product, could be a new service, it could be to drive somebody back in, it could be any of these filters, but it's that one-time mass email to a selected group of customers.
And they're really pretty. Um,
They're
and
very
I
pretty.
say that with an extreme bias. Now, I did not design these. I did not write the copy for them. We have a whole team of folks in the background who are thinking through and looking at previous campaigns that we've built out, and just figuring out how to reiterate them, and so that they have a fresh feel. We update them pretty regularly, bi-monthly, if not more, just to make sure that they fit the holiday coming up, the season, a point in time. And so as we go through these, you'll this is just a taste. There are hundreds of them, and constantly updating and adding new ones in there. And they run the full spectrum from hair to spa, to barbering, to pretty much everything within our industry, so that everyone is accounted for.
And
And
these
so,
are
oh, go ahead.
customizable.
Yep.
These
And
these are customizable, right? So
absolutely. So
you
the
can change.
copying that you're looking at, you can update them. Some templates are more customizable than others. And we can go through again. We have a support team who can help if you ever get stuck and you're like, why can't I change this word? We definitely have an answer for that. But the as you look through them, you can change the copy so that it fits your look, your feel, however you speak with your customers at scale. Um, the buttons and the copy within the buttons isn't always editable, and that's why we create multiple looks and feels, so that you can find the color scheme that fits what you're going for. But for all intents and purposes, these are um, uh, created in a way where you can make sure they match however you want your branding to match in salon, and so on and so forth. So as we go into spring, more flowers, more pinks, more pastels. We have March is upon us, and so we have St. Patty's Day coming up, and all the different holidays within March, and so there's definitely a design for everyone. These are specific to shopping now, so driving back to your online store, but there's also ones based on the service appointments and booking now appointments, so that you're doing the best of both worlds, reaching your customers when they can't come in and pushing them to come in when you need them to.
Rob, most salon owners are not former marketing creative people, right? Like
Yeah.
salon owners are typically, if they are, they're hands-on or they're service providers themselves, and they are creative people, but they're not marketing people necessarily. So we love these, that these are there, but they're also available like blank templates, right? So if
Yeah.
somebody does have that creative flow in them and they want to create their entirely own design, they can definitely do that too, or they can upload their design in here as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can upload. You can get as hands-on as you want. I realize there are many things I can't do. I am a bad speller, slightly dyslexic, and so I reach out to folks when I need them to write me things. But the design part, I love to take advantage of that. I think creating things is the fun part. We're all consider ourselves artists, and so some of us can upload from scratch. There's an entire template builder in the platform where you can literally start from a blank canvas, and add the copy that you want, add the imagery that you want, add the color schemes that you want. Or for some of us who, like myself, have other things to do sometimes, I can just go through and I know it's spring. I want to talk about the fresh air. Here's a nice template that I can use to drive people back into my salon. So again, Client Connect is a beauty for both folks who have time and for folks who are in a rush, folks who need to reach a specific client and folks who are trying to reach a bunch of them at scale. It can do as little or as a lot as you want it to. And so I would say, as you're going through the platform, please tinker around when you have time. And if you don't, again, there's hundreds of templates that you can choose from. And here's just 6 of them, right? 3 here, 3 here. And there's so many more. I wish I could show them all, but we only have a few minutes. Now, moving on to the more personalized side, the auto emails. And so this is where I was saying this is for people who have one hand that's doing something and another hand that can be on their computer. The auto emails are set up to capture folks based on client data. Now, the beauty of integrating Salon Interactive with Rosie is that you have an entire data set of client information that you can use to trigger automations going out from the Salon Interactive, whether it be their birthday, a drive back campaign, a do back campaign, thank yous, which would be for sending reviews. Thanks for coming in. Please review us. Running low when they have when they've made a purchase or they have reoccurring purchases, and then thank yous on orders that have been made. And so all of these are set up so that you click it once and it looks at the data every time something happens and it sends out an email to that specific client who fits either one of these criteria. So you can turn on all 6, you can turn on 2, you can kind of set these up based on however you want to use them.
And these are really like set it and forget it kind of campaigns. So you want messages to go out, but you don't really want to spend a whole lot of time doing a campaign every time like a mass email would. And the running low, just so everybody knows, the running low campaign on here really works within your inventory on your target levels that you have, or your use up dates that are in there. So that will go out to your customers 7 days before that use up time period comes, and just giving them a reminder that they may be running low on those products and where they can repurchase that. So these are really great.
Yeah. So, and the criteria themselves aren't editable, but the designs going out are, and we can show a couple of those. So here's an auto campaign based on folks who just had an appointment. We love seeing you. Let us know how we did. And so this first version of the 20% off, I know discounts are a touchy subject in any industry. I'm not always a big fan of them. I love to receive discounts. But the idea here is that for some folks, we may want to try and give them a little push towards that review, because we could all use reviews, whether it be on Google, whether they be on our website. This just helps give them that little nudge. But then otherwise, here's 2 other versions. And again, these come when you look in the platform, there will be different versions of the different color schemes. The copy will be the same, but they'll have different imagery that you can change out. And this 5-star lead review will just click through, you'd add in the URL that you need it to go to, and they can do that themselves. And so it's a great way of trying to re-engage with folks right after they've left or a few days after, just to see if they enjoyed that experience and let other folks know, which again helps you drive more people into the salon.
Rob, you created these, or your team created these really at Rosie's request. So I can't not mention it right now. Because these templates are about leaving a review. And so at Rosie, we had gotten lots of feedback from our users that were looking for ways to send their customers a request to get a review from their business. And so we have that. And so that's why we asked for these templates. So Rosie's reputation management that we have allows you to send out a review or to create a survey or create a review request. And then you're going to attach it to one of those auto emails that Rob just showed on the last screen. And it will prompt them to leave your business a review. So you can help build your business's reputation, and you can ask your customers, new, existing, or anybody to leave a review after they come in to see you. And these are a couple of the templates that they had created. So if you're using Reputation Manager, you can definitely use these templates ready made for you.
Yeah, and I wish I had sent this template to Lori, and she could have just clicked it, said, "Give me more templates." We would have ticked those boxes. But again, the beauty of feedback, it helps all of us, and I think this is a prime example of it. Here it is an example of do back campaigns. So you're due back for an appointment. In the meantime, you can make a purchase on our online store. And that is, again, doing 2 things at once: reminding them to set their appointment, give you a call, go into their booking service or the booking appointment link and click that. But then also, while they're waiting for their next appointment, head to your store. And it's a great way of driving revenue in 2 separate ways, right? That when they come in and they get their service, obviously they'll have to pay you for that. But then also in the meantime, having them show up to your online store, pick up whatever product that you've recommended for them or they currently use. And again, it gets shipped directly to their house or to their doorstep, wherever that may be. So there's no real thought process. Doesn't even have to pass through your hands except for when you get that commission. That's the only time.
Rob, this is set up based off, so like a couple slides back when you showed what the auto campaigns are, there were dates on there. Well, I think one, oh yeah, right there. So the client criteria. So like any of the dates that you're seeing on there. So if it is the due back, it's 35 days since their last visit. So it's like before they're overdue for their next service. It's just another way to stay in front of your customers, because they're, if customers are going 12 to 15 weeks in between a service, and now they've got so many other businesses, places, things, people in front of them between coming into your salon, you want to stay in front of them. You want to remind them that, hey, you're coming up on your next appointment service, or schedule your appointment, or book your, or purchase your products, whatever it is. But those dates are also customizable. They can change those dates.
Yeah, to fit whatever they need them to fit, based on how often there are, or how long they want to take in between when a customer leaves and when they reach out to them, either to thank them or tell them to come back. And some of it's before and some of it's after. So if you look at here, the birthday is 0 days before, but you can make that 10 days before their birthday is coming up. You have last visits, most recent visits. So it's a running time for before or after an action takes place.
Yeah. And the best thing to make this work is to make sure it's active. So go through these, turn them on,
Right
edit
here.
them, adjust them how you need for your client criteria, determine when you want your customers to get these notifications, and then make sure you activate them, because I see a lot of times that people are using maybe just one, maybe two, but they all go out for different reasons and different purposes. And it's just, again, another way to stay in front of your customers. So like the thank you for your order for your e-commerce. So somebody's shopping your online store, and to your point about the magic pill, there isn't one. If you have an online store, you have to promote it. You have to tell people that it's there. You can't just set it up and not do anything with it. You have to tell people where they can go to shop. And then when they do shop, you want to thank them for it, and let them know that you appreciate their business when they're not even in your business. So make sure you go through these. You can use the action items over on the right-hand column to edit those, to view them, see what they're going to look like, and then you activate them and let them start running.
Awesome.
Sorry to take you back.
No. It's all good. And so now we get into, it's a little bit of a buffer, and this is my favorite part, the product recommendations. And the beauty of your integration, or our integration with Rosie, is that you can use both our platforms to send a product recommendation based on an appointment. So as it looks to your appointment schedule and you've set up that integration, it will then create appointment cards in the SalonInteractive platform, so you can send a product recommendation very quickly, based on what they just did. If they just had a hair coloring, then you can send out a product recommendation to Jennifer Boeing saying, hey, you just had your coloring. Here's how you can upkeep. Here's the additional products you need, which extends that relationship. It makes that client experience so much better. It's not just them coming in and then leaving. There's something to happen after that step of them walking out of the salon, so that they remember, oh, my stylist took care of me. A fun little fact is a client who receives a product recommendation is 3 times more likely to make a purchase, 3 times more likely to recommend your services to someone else, and 3 times more likely, or it stays a customer 3 times longer. And so when you think about the simple thing of saying, hey, this is what I've done for you, here's what I suggest you do to keep this look over the next 2 weeks, 2 months, however long it may be, the residual effects for that, for you as a stylist, as a salon owner, as someone who's trying to generate income and generate revenue, is threefold, literally. And so it's one of our biggest things that we preach, is to send that product recommendation, whether it's through digital or when they're still in the salon, and showing them your store, showing them how to find it, and giving them a link to do it. It definitely benefits you every single time.
And you're just making it easy. I think that's a really important piece to just convey to customers and to our salons, of like, you have to make it easy for your customers to buy from you. And so we've all seen, Rob, I don't know if you've seen, but maybe you've seen customers come into your salon, you recommend a product to them, they take a picture of the product, and they walk out the door, right? Like they're like, oh, maybe I'll think about it, maybe I'll come back later, I took a picture of it, or I'm gonna write it down, tell me what it was, and they leave and they didn't purchase. Like that is your opportunity. Like, send that product recommendation, because they didn't take a picture to go home just so they can come back and buy it next time. They were going home to buy it somewhere. So give them the recommendation, and when that recommendation goes out to them, they get it in an email, and it goes directly to your online store, so that they can purchase the product. They don't have to, start Google searching where they can buy it. They don't have to do any price shopping. It's there. It's in their email. They click, they add a cart, they buy.
Yeah, it's less than 3 steps between clicking and choosing the product, it showing up in their cart because it goes directly to their cart. And I actually have an example of it. And so once they click that link, those products show up. They choose all of them that you've just suggested for them. It goes into their cart. They purchase. It is that simple. And it's not like you forcing something on them. It's not you making them have to feel guilty about something. This is simply, I just did this for you to make you look beautiful, whether it's for a wedding, whether it's for everyday upkeep. Now, here's how you can use it. So in the instance where you can't come back and for the next few weeks, next few months, here are all the products that you can use, and you're purchasing directly from me. You're supporting me. You know the product is real. You know that it's not expired because it's coming directly from a distributor right into your doorstep. And I think the trust, the benefits to the client, just the benefit to the relationship between you and your client, you can't really measure that. It's immeasurable. And so I would say that these product recommendations, the way that our team has built them, to be able to help the salon, help the stylist, to be able to help their clients, it's a beautiful thing.
Love it.
And so as we move from totally hands-on to slightly hands-on, we're moving into the more hands-off. And again, asterisk there is that it requires a finger, and that you have to set permissions on. But one of the beautiful things about Salon Interactive is the on behalf marketing. This is for the folks who know they have to do marketing, want to do marketing, want to drive sales, and drive revenue from their online store, but don't always have the time to create pretty and beautiful client connect templates. With On Behalf Marketing, you get the power of the brand's marketing teams. So those multi-billion-dollar brands with their multi-million-dollar marketing budgets, they do the marketing for you, and all of the marketing that goes to your clients looks as if it's come from you. It's a promo for free shipping. It's a promo for $20 off. There's all these promos coming from the distributors, coming from the brands to your clients. And when they click that to redeem those promotions, it gets sent to your online store. So you reap the benefit of very little work. And so with that, all the brands that you love, all the products that you love, that you know your clients love, go directly to their inboxes and they can take advantage. The one thing you have to do is make sure that permissions are turned on. So within your Salon Interactive dashboard, there is a section for On Behalf, and you literally can choose and turn off all the brands that you either want to send to your folks or to your clients or not send. Our recommendation is that you don't turn them all on. If you don't sell Kevin Murphy in salon, then don't promote Kevin Murphy. Now, granted, we know that a lot of people sell Kevin Murphy, but that's just an example of being able to tinker so that you don't have 400 brands turned on. You have your top 5, your top 10, and you can toggle them on and off as you please based on month, year, any time frame. And so it's a powerful tool for driving additional revenue. And again, all you really do is see the commissions come in. Aside from, again, using your finger to click or to choose a brand to have on or have off. But On Behalf Marketing is pretty much a game changer for retail sales online, especially for folks who are on Salon Interactive. You don't have to do a lot, and you get the power of massive brands with massive promotion, and you get to be the influencer for your clients to make sure that they have access to these different promos, and you benefit every time they purchase.
I think you made a really good point of like, don't turn out brands that you don't sell. You want to only promote the products that you stand behind in your company. And I think I told you this, Rob, but I don't remember. I have a demo account set up for Rosie Salon Software, and I have this actually turned on in there. And I was working with one of our customers, and so I added her into my demo account as a customer, and she got one of these. So I have an actual distributor account that goes out On Behalf Marketing is actually turned on, and she got the Valentine's Day, or it was some kind of a Valentine's promotion that went out, and she sent it to me. She was like, "Oh my God, this looks so amazing. How do I have this turned on? Like, how did you create this?" And I had to look back and see what it actually was, and it was an On Behalf Marketing promotion that went out, and she immediately turned them all on because they look really good. So like when you look at the marketing on these that go out, they're very well done. They're very professionally put together. And so this, to your point, like hands off, this is totally hands off. You want to be able to send a message out to your customer without having to do the creative design behind it and still let them see what you have in your company and the products that you stand behind. This is definitely a way to go because they look really, really nice. And when they go out. We do have a question though, Rob, that is for you. So how many emails go out with on behalf marketing and do they get to choose?
So you get to choose which brands by toggling on and off, right? And I think that's again a very important thing is the more brands you have on, if you have 100 brands on, there's only but so much work our back end can do to make sure that a customer doesn't get 100 different emails. And that's something we don't want because that affects everyone in a negative way, the customer, the salon, and us as well. And so we do have rules in place to make sure that it's not a spamming of your clients. We definitely don't want that because no, even 100% off isn't worth receiving 200 emails. But that said, there's specific rules in place to make sure that clients don't get more than 5 or 6 emails in a given week or in a given month. And we're constantly fine tuning that as more brands are introducing more sales. We're constantly updating that back end to make sure that we're not inundating people with unnecessary emails. Right now, it is very much based on the distributors that you have chosen that you use to sell your products, as well as the brand. So there's a 2-step verification in there to make sure that not everyone is getting every email. If a customer or if the salon is in a territory that either salon centric or salon services are in, then we make sure that we're not sending all of those emails to one person. But for the most part, most salons only have 1 or 2 distributors in there, so there's that fail safe. But again, we're not sending more than a few emails every week, and not more than a handful every month.
So they're not getting spammed.
Absolutely not.
They're not going to get spammed by anything.
Yeah, and the beauty of that is Google and Yahoo and all those ones don't allow spam. So the more emails we send, the closer we get to being on the wrong side of that history, and we're trying to avoid that at all costs for all of us.
You know which ones that people love the most, if anybody watching has seen any of these, are distributors will do periodically like free shipping. So like there's times that you'll see like purchase these products during this amount of time and you get free shipping. Like your customers love that one because if they're going to buy, generally they're going to pay for shipping and people always want a deal on something. So take a look at them, see them. But then they can also track these, right, Rob? So they can go back into their campaigns. They can see those emails that were sent out. They can see the number of customers that it went to, their open rates and things on that. So they can see these on behalf marketing through their campaign tracking.
Yeah, and then one of the other things that I forgot to mention is that a lot of the distributors, I want to say all of them, send out a calendar list, and you can reach out to your distributor and ask them for that calendar of OBMs that they're sending, and they'll let you know in a given month how many are going out, what days they're going out, and what they're about, so that you're not caught off guard when someone says, "Oh, thank you for that discount." You can say, "Oh, you're welcome." So I think, yeah, if you want to reach out to your salon, to your distributors, who, if you haven't received that in a month, you absolutely can, and they'll send them to you, so you're aware of which ones are going out and when they're going out.
Or ask your sales rep; they'll probably have a calendar for you too.
And here's a couple of the most recent on behalf marketing emails that have gone out. And so this is just a template design. And so when you look at here, this is our logo. But typically what will happen is your logo for your salon will be here. Some of them have copy points in which they'll have dynamic insertions. So it's, "Hey, Rob, here's a promotion that's going on and why it's important." And then there'll be a shop now button with the code that they should use to get that discount. And when they click that promo, it'll take them to your store. And then there's additional ads down here that are for other products within that brand line. And they can also shop there. And again, they're shopping with you. They're not shopping. We're not sending emails to clients to get them back to some random site. We're sending emails to clients to get them back to your site so that you can reap the benefits of all of these promotions.
And these look good.
Thank you. We work hard on
right?
this.
Like these emails look really good. Like I don't know who has time in the salon to build an email campaign like this and send it out to their customers. Like there's just not enough time to do that, especially after they're behind the chair all day or they're, you know, running their business, working with their teams, whatever. Like these look really nice. So they're definitely
Yeah,
nice
and they're
emails.
different. Some of them, like this one right here in the middle, you can see the free shipping is slightly faded out because it's actually a GIF. And so it's like a 4-second movie that's running back and forth, putting a promotion. These are static images, but they talk about the benefits, they talk about the product itself, and then they tell you to buy now. And this is coming from a professional marketing team, where they have sat down for hours upon hours tinkering with these designs to make them work the way they're supposed to, and you get the benefit of it.
Love that.
Now, as we wind down, just drawing the correlation or the connecting point between the online store and your salon. I think that's, for me, for marketing, that's my biggest worry at night is how do I tick 2 boxes? How do I get online sales for our folks, but then also help them do what they love to do, and that's do more hair, get people in the salon. And simply our product team at the Salon Interactive side developed a tool within the online store so that you can promote your website, your social handles, but then also booking an appointment right from your online store. And so you simply go into your dashboard and you can add in any links you need to, for your appointment booking, for your website, for your social media links. And then this is how they show up in the footer, which is at the bottom of your online store. They can get to all your social handles and then they can book directly with you at any point in time while they're shopping. And so it's just another way of connecting the in salon experience with the at home experience and making sure that we are driving visibility, not just to your online store, but to your salon in general, because that's what everyone wants. We don't get into the business to create a store. We would have went into e-commerce. We get into the business to service our clients. And this is one of the ways that Salon Interactive is trying to help do that.
Rob, we have a question, and then I have a question for you, actually. So
Yeah.
Catherine has a question of how do you change or add a client email after it's been synchronized with Salon Owner, which is Rosie. So all of this part of the integration, Catherine, so when your customer information in Rosie is correct, it automatically syncs to Salon Interactive. So if you update the information on your Rosie side, it's going to be updated when they get those emails that you send out via mass email, auto email, or the on behalf marketing is turned on. Rob, my question for you, with these, your online booking, we're talking about promoting or asking them to like book the appointment or visit their website, but this is through their online, or this is through their online store, yes?
Yeah, this is directly through their online store, through a Salon Interactive online store.
So what are your recommendations to get people to promote their online store more? Because again, that's like that magic pill thing, right? You have your online store set up, you build it, it looks great, it looks really nice, you have all your brands on there. If nobody's making purchases, how do you make sure you tell customers that it's available and where to go?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. And I think for someone, I've been in marketing for almost 20 years. So for as old as it sounds, word of mouth is still the biggest marketing tool that anyone can use. Telling someone that something exists when you are in front of them is usually the best way possible. Why wait when you have them there and you're having a conversation anyway? So I would say word of mouth, once you're either before you start the service, while you're in the middle of the service, or just at the end. And that, again, that's where product recommendations come into play, because you can kind of show them the product recommendation from your store right then and there. But telling them point blank, I have an online store where you can purchase retail, you can purchase all of these products and brands without having to come into salon or go into a beauty supply store or any of those other things. They can sit at home, they can be on a trip, they can be on a plane and remember that they need something, and they can purchase it right then and there. I would say if you can promote on your socials, whether you have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, no matter what it is, it's simply taking a screenshot of your store and sharing it. You'd be surprised how many people will like and then ask for a link. Putting that link in the bios of your social handles, because you can put multiple links in Instagram, Facebook, and a few of the other ones, putting it in there so that people can see. We've been promoting QR codes on in decals in the salon on your mirror clings so that people can scan. They don't really have to do anything. They take out their phone. They can scan the QR code with their phone, and it takes them directly to your store. There are so many different ways that we can go on for the next 20 minutes on, or in different ways to tell people that your store exists. And I think all of it is it's really up to you. However you connect with your clients, the best way to do that, or the best way you do it, is to continuously tell them that their store exists and give them links so that they can find it.
Cool. Okay, we got another question for you from Kay that wants to know, can we ensure that a brand or distributor is not going to sidestep them and market directly to the customers?
Yeah, legal. We take your data very seriously here, and I know Lori feels the same on the Rosie side. And so we protect all of your data. We not share it all. They do not see, none of the salons or the brands see client lists. They run it through a system that Salon Interactive owns, and so their creative gets inputted, it gets sent out. There is no sharing of data. There is no sharing of client lists. There is no sharing of information whatsoever, aside from them giving us creative. And so we definitely make sure to manage and protect your data, client names, email addresses, all that fun stuff. We make sure we protect it every day, all day. And in our terms and conditions, it highlights that on SalonInteractive.com to make sure that we are extremely transparent with the fact that your data is yours and we don't share it with anyone.
It's a good question, okay, and it's a valid concern, really. But really, so Salon Interactive is really managing those on behalf of marketing, and the distributor and brand is actually just creating the content for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Very good.
That's it. In terms of what we just talked about, because again, we talked about a lot of stuff just now. And so I think just a quick recap, from a Salon Interactive point of view, you get an online store, you get access, it's fully customizable. You can use it to the best of your ability. And with that, you get access to all of the different email campaigns and email templates to be able to drive folks not only to that store, but into your salon as well, based on sync client data, which is appointments, services, all the important dates that we talked about with the auto campaigns and auto emails. And then you get the product recommendations, salon ordering, and a huge dashboard that helps you keep track of your business's health between Rosie and Salon Interactive. And then as you are managing inventory, tracking the sales, and tracking the commissions, it all can happen within that dashboard. And so there's just so many more check boxes that we could have added to this. This is the nuts and bolts of it all. And as I said, as you dive into it and want to explore more, between Rosie and Salon Interactive, you have hours upon hours of customer success team support that you can get for one-on-ones, for group settings. You can always just dial either one of these numbers or email us, or head to our website in the contact us section where you can leave emails and ask for help, and we'll be there to walk you through every step.
Rob, I think one of our biggest takeaways too for everybody watching is we're trying to help you drive customers to do something based off of their behaviors. So like if they buy products from your salon while they're there, we want you to have them buy more products when they're not there or when they're in between services. When they come in for specific services, we want you to drive them to book their next appointment before they're past due for that appointment. When they're in getting certain services, we want you to remind them that, hey, there's a complimentary service that could be, great for them. So we're trying to help you as business owners keep your customer base that you have coming back in more often, more frequently for different services, or spending more money, buying retail from you in salon and while they're not in the salon. So again, it goes back to what we're trying to do is drive new customers, more customers, and more money for you as the business owner, all through these things. And when we talk about the behaviors, because we know that they either came in for a service, we know that they already bought a product, we know that they should be coming back in again soon, we know that they're probably running low on the product that they purchased because we track all of that information. So it all goes back really to those customer behaviors and what they're doing, and how you as a company can stay in front of them, because they have so many choices and so many options that are in between the 12 to 15 weeks that they're coming in for a service, that we want your business to be on top of their mind while they're living their life.
Yeah, I would say again, and kind of echoing what you just said, there's a lot of things that we just went through. And I would say, and I said in the beginning, I don't need you to walk out of this and try and do all of it. It'll definitely throw you for a loop. But if you can walk out of here and either create your online store or send either your first or second client connect email, create one from scratch, or use one of the templates, I would consider that a win for me, and for all of us. Again, and then once you use the first thing, you realize that it's not as scary as it looks, and you can move on to the next thing, whether it be a product recommendation, which you can say in real life, or you can use the system to do it. And then you can kind of just move through the system piece by piece as you get either more time or you get more comfortable with it. So again, I don't need you to do everything. I would love for everyone to leave here and just do one thing, whether that's set up your online store or send your first client connect email. That would be amazing.
Cool. Rob, I'm also sharing just in the comments, so that people have these, is the link to your help center.
Yeah.
So if people have questions or don't want to call or whatever, you want to look at things on your own first, you can definitely do that. And I can also post in here the link to the Rosie Help Center, because there's definitely some other articles in there that could help with setting up some of these on behalf marketing and auto emails and mass emails and things like that in there also. So you can definitely check out both of those links. What Ellie has a question is, how do I access Salon Interactive from Rosie? So great question. So at the top, when you're logged into your Rosie account, you can go to the tab that says resources, and then you're going to see a Salon Interactive button on there, and you can just click right to Salon Interactive. Cool.
Great.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rob, for doing this. This was really great. I hope that this was very helpful and beneficial to a lot of people watching. And again, our phone number is up here. So if you have any questions, you can reach us here or email us to support, or check out the Help Center articles that I shared in the comments. And we hope that you all enjoyed this.
Yeah, and you can also find access to our support team through our social as well on Salon Interactive, whether you reach out through Facebook or Instagram, wherever we're there almost 24/7. Sometimes we sleep, but there's someone online to be able to route you to the right place.
Perfect. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.